Dance has always been a prominent hobby in Singapore. Every move or step a dancer makes tells a unique story. It remains a question then, how people like them take one step after another every day, facing challenging obstacles through their passion for dancing.
I come from Chinese dance, ballet and modern. My mom didn't really like me dancing ballet that young because she was afraid that maybe ballet would change the way I walk. So I started off with Chinese dance first as a CCA in primary 1. Then from there I actually got into ballet because I was inspired by my sister. My sister started ballet when she was about 5 and back then I was about 14 already, and I decided that ballet seems very cool, so I tried dancing ballet as well. I auditioned for modern in TPDE and I got in.
Got my diploma in dance in 2013. Started dancing when I was 7. Started because I was hyperactive. Back then, didn't know what ballet is for girls or guys or whatever, so I just joined for fun. When I was nearing the end of Sec 4, one of my seniors in dance told me about NAFA. So that is when I decided to try for it.
I started dancing since I was like Sec 1, so it's like 13 years old. Then like any other boys, I write my name for NCC, and then there came an announcement where they say like, oh, our school is like famous for dance, so we need like 30 boys. So they like start like pointing people, and then they just choose random guys to join dance. And that's how I get into dance. And when I was 27, my then girlfriend like doing ballet. There was waiting for her, and then the teacher came out and just said, don't wait here, just go in and join us. And that's how I started my ballet journey. Before that, I was like mostly doing like Chinese contemporary and mass display stuff.
Dance, much like the way a human thinks, is a subjective form of art, taking into consideration many factors that lead up to it, like career, fitting it in school, and earning the amount to foot the bill.
I wanted to be paid for dance. So I wanted to do something that I like, instead of going for a fixed hour job, your 9 to 5 job, that kind of thing. And later on, along the way, I realized that it's more of perfecting the artistry itself that I want to work towards.
I didn't think so much. Strangely, I'm not like all the guys who were like, dance. At that time when I was chosen in dance, I was like, okay, this is interesting. Why not do something different? So I just joined. And throughout the years, slowly I start to have a little passion for it, but it's a slow-going process for me.
However, of course, the passion for dancing comes with a generous amount of love and commitment. Emotions and expressions of feelings are not only demonstrated through elaborate dance moves, but also through covert thoughts and feelings.
I started off with Chinese dance and I fell in love with it. It is very fluid. You can explore many different angles. It just makes me feel like a child sometimes because you really have to smile your way through. For ballet, to me, it is very graceful. I enjoy being expressive in terms of your head and the way your body moves. Then for modern, it's not restrictive. I feel that you really have to put in yourself the emotions, the expressions, feel the music and really extend your limbs, extend your body way more than the move requires.
The things that I feel when I dance, naturally I'm actually more of an introverted person. When I dance, I actually start to dance very internally. I've always felt that dance was a very naked thing. When you start moving, and especially when there's an audience looking at you, you naturally will show a deeper side of your natural person.
Both physically and internally conditioned, a dancer will prepare themselves for their moment of glory, the stage.
Initial is always like nervous, will I get an action correct or not? Then after a while, You do feel free and you can feel like you're expressing yourself. When you are in the moment, you actually feel emotion starts to come inside you. You feel that you are actually like one of the characters in the movie, but now you're a character in the dance. You really feel every cell in the body. It's pretty addictive, I would say.
So when I was in ballet, I was scolded by my teacher a lot because there was differences in the hands, legs. I had to learn new positions and it was really quite tough. I took about 2-3 months to get used to the ballet techniques.
When you actually start doing ballet, you realize that it's very different from what you actually see. You think, oh, it's just pointing feet, it's just bending your knees, it's just jump like that. But when you actually realize it, it's actually very different. It's another whole level where you start to understand your body, which muscle to use, and which part you have to straighten, and then you can give you a certain look. That's what actually pulls my interest back to ballet.
For these dancers, behind the glamorous displays of performances on stage lies a lingering thought, a reality check.
To be honest, in Singapore, if I was to enter the Singapore companies, be it the modern dance company or the ballet company, I was kind of like a thorn. Not that height is a bad thing in dance. That's something that probably won't fit aesthetically in terms of for the director or choreographer who's choreographing the dance. I did think of furthering my education. Later on I decided not to because it was, finance-wise, it was too much for me. Being in the army, having to serve national service, and when I stepped out, I actually wanted to pursue dance again. I was thinking to myself, okay fine, I'm not exactly that old yet, I can still try it out. Yes, I'm training, I'm dancing, I'm happy. Once I step out of class, I realized that I'm back to reality. Like, I have to face finding a job that fits this class hour, or how am I supposed to plan for my future and stuff like that. So there's a lot of these other things that brings you to the point to where you start thinking, is this something that I really can do? Yes, I want to do it, but can I do it?
Dance, it is not something that I want to do in the future. I don't want to be stressed over something that I love. If I get stressed over my job, I will get stressed over dancing, and then eventually my passion for dance will deteriorate. Dance is a very unpredictable industry because once you get injured, that's it. Like, your career just stops there. You can go into teaching as well, but I don't think I am teacher material because I get stressed when I teach people. I think to me, dance is a way of expressing myself more than it is for me to be a dancer in the future.
Even dancers who take on the path to freelancing are not spared.
The thing is, a lot of people don't think that dance is an actual career. For freelance, is that a lot of people feel that we have a lot of time. In the sense that our job hours are maybe like 2 hours here, 15 minutes there, 5 minutes here and stuff like that. But a lot of people missed out on the fact that we have rehearsal timings for that 5 minutes. We have travelling time from here and there. There's a lot of back-end stuff that people don't realize within this freelance work.
Faced with the societal challenges and limitations of their daily lives, these dancers turn to their family for support.
Actually, I'm lucky in a way that my mum and dad doesn't disagree or very violent object I go dance as a career. They just like, as long as you're happy with it, you can support yourself, go ahead, go and try it.
My mom, she was actually quite supportive of me trying to join ballet. She also encouraged me to go for all my lessons. Every time when I felt like skipping because I was very tired, she would actually scold me and go to class.
Family-wise, my family actually, they support me quite a bit. To be honest, they were actually the ones that pushed me to go to NAFA. My parents, despite being from the older generation, I'm the eldest in the family, basically it doesn't matter what you want to do as long as it's fit and proper. He will support as long as you are happy with it.
They constantly think of ways to improve themselves, always questioning if they would do things over again if they could turn back time for the sake of becoming a better dancer.
I would have chosen the dance route because I feel that if I started out when I was younger, I would have gone further into dance. Given my sister's abilities when she was like about 5, I believe that, based on genetics, I would have also been able to do so.
With the liking of dance right now I have, at 13 years old, I definitely will choose dance because that is the best age for you to learn dancing and stuff. I cannot find other things that is more meaningful for me to do than dancing.
If I was given the same choice, knowing what it's going to be like, what I would have done is probably planned out my timing, like what school I was going to go to. But I will not step into it professionally first. I'll do it like how my friend does it, in the sense that he still dances. He will take the effort to continue practicing and honing his skills. But getting a normal certificate or degree in something else.
Ultimately, these weary dancers have something to say about the meaning of dance. Dance has become a part of their heart, mind, and soul.
Even though dance is very cruel, you really got to be strong in dance to show others that after going through so much stress, after going through so much endurance, you actually got through, and it is the satisfaction that comes after that.
Dance defines who you are. Okay, when I mean dance define who you are, it's because there are some people who like hip hop more, some people who like certain dance more, some people like whatever other dance more. You like hip hop, maybe you're someone who's very, you like to be in the spotlight. If you like ballet, you're probably someone who enjoys classical music a lot more. You know, so that is very much what I mean by define.
Dance is to express and not to impress. So I feel that I am dancing just for myself, not for anyone else.
To me, dance is not a job. Dance is like a way of life, just not necessarily yours.
And finally, even the very veins of their bodies have become an imperishable vessel to fuel the hunger in the name of dance.